What's going on, everybody? My name is Benny, and this is
Nelson Grice.
Nelson Grice. We're here at the Shelby County Arts Council in Columbiana, Alabama. So talk to us, bro. What's going on? What do you got going on?
Well, what we have here is this fantastic foundry we've been working on for several months.
Yeah.
Year or so, just to get this in place as an extra facet of what Shelby County Arts can offer our community. And that is the basics. What we'll offer them in workshops would be the basics of casting metal from start to finish, which would be creating your work, making a mold, creating it then in wax, doing a wax mold burnout with resin bonded sand, and then placing it on the deck there and getting ready to pour some metal into it. So the end result would be you completing a metal sculpture, bronze or aluminum, and being able to have that experience. And even if it's just some small little weekend workshop that you want to take, you'll be able to learn about casting metal.
Yeah, so in the future we're going to have like workshops and things like that going on here.
I would say at least once a month we'll be doing a workshop, just a casting workshop. Different levels, I mean, depending on what someone wants to do.
Right.
Whether it's just casting something just simple with wax, or starting with clay and moving into mold making and then to wax and then to it's a long process. I mean, it can be complicated, but that's why we're here.
Yes.
It's to help to simplify it and to put all the tools and the right techniques in your hands and teach you how to do it from start to finish. The great thing about it is it's local to Columbiana now, so further south. For a workshop like this, typically you're going to go into Birmingham, you're going to use the great guys at SCAC, and they're going to teach you the workshops. But say you live in Montgomery,
right?
It's a little more of a trek to go down. Now this is a small version of what SCAC does. SCAC mill, they do other things like melt, they do iron, so it's a whole nother experience. This will give you a little taste of it. So that's what we're going to offer, and it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, we're excited, and thank you guys for doing this. Shout outs to the Metal Arts Foundry and the Shelby County Arts Council for putting this together.
Oh yeah.
So these guys have done a lot of hard work, and we just want to show you guys the end result. Well,
it's going to be loud, but maybe you come on into our space and see what's going on. First thing you're going to see as you walk in, you'll see the big black box. It's not the Black Box Theater. It's the Black Box Burnout. It's and that's where we're going to be melting out the wax from the resin bonded sand. The next thing you'll see will be the actual furnace, and it's going pretty hot right now, so it's loud. The fan's running. We've actually named the furnace Theodore after our sculpture master and our inspiration, Ted Metz. So it's going to be loud. You'll see several people on a crew. We'll have 4 people. We'll have 2 people running the furnace, one person running the hoist, and then a 4th person is going to be there for safety and making sure things aren't under your feet as you're moving through. So the thing about it's dangerous, so you have to, people that are not involved have to keep a distance. People that are involved have to keep the right safety gear on. Flame retardant jackets, gloves, spats for your feet and your legs, because safety is the number one. We want to be able to have an experience, but we want to recognize that it can be dangerous, and so we have the right safety features in place. So you want to come on in and take a look? what happens inside, bronze acts differently than aluminum. Aluminum, we'd have to let it sit for an hour or so and let the metal really harden, okay, cool. Bronze, we can bust it open within 10-15 minutes. So we're gonna do, these are pieces and components for the larger sculpture out front. It's the tuning pegs that go on the back of one of the guitars is what this is. Alright, so here's where the metal came in. So this is an whole extra piece right here that I had to melt into the wax to the pattern so that the bronze could flow through. And then there are exit spaces where now you see this didn't cast fully right here. You see that tuning peg back here? It's like a giant tuning peg for a guitar. See, that didn't cast. I could weld a piece of metal onto it and then finish it out.
The bottom one casted perfect, didn't it?
Those two on the bottom casted perfectly.
Yep.
You see, this will be welded to the back side of the guitar. It's like a big giant tuning peg. And I have my gratuitous signature on each tuning peg instead of the Gibson or whatever.
Oh, it looks like a forgery.
It's mine.
Okay,
so that one's perfect. This one came out perfectly, and so did this one. So what I was saying is this one over here, you see it didn't cast completely because something happened to that sprue, and I think when I rammed the mold, I remember this one breaking off, and I was just fingers crossed that it didn't, but it didn't work. And that's fine. I can take really a piece of wax, basically draw that shape again, and recast it and just weld it to that. So.
What kind of sand is that called that you make the mold out of?
This is just the finest sand that you can buy. I don't know, it's called 101. And you add 3 parts. It's a 3-part chemical that you mix in with the sand.
Yeah.
It's called resin bonded sand. And it'll set up in about an hour and a half hard so that you can melt that wax out, kind of cavity inside that you can replace with metal. Hank and I did our pour. This is what came out of the molds. Okay. These are resin bonded sand molds. And these are actually tuning pegs that go on the back side of the guitar head.
It's a big guitar. Right?
It's a big guitar, yeah. It's a beginner's guitar.
Yeah, okay.
Makes it easier to play. All of this extra stuff is going to be cut loose, and these pieces will be ground down and finished and polished.
So this is extra?
This is just extra.
Okay.
This allowed the bronze to move through the piece and come in. These right here are vents, and they allow the air to come out. If I were to just pour it into a mold with just a cavity and no place for air to go, you'd have a lot of air bubbles.
Gotcha.
You'd never be able to register the full sculpture.
Gotcha.
So as I'm looking around now, really inspecting, you see this didn't pour complete. You see that?
Yeah, I see that.
See, it's not complete like that one. So there are certain things, but I can weld the bronze back together. I could actually take pieces of this from the spatter and weld it back in place. So that's not a problem to me. But this is just a portion of the larger piece that's out front. I said earlier, this is about 25 pounds of bronze, so that means I've got approximately 1,700 more pounds to pour.
Woo! No big deal. How long does that usually take to pour? What are you estimating for?
I would imagine I've got about probably what we just did. I probably have about 25 or 30 more of those to do.
Wow.
But this is the easy work compared to the rest of what's going to have to happen.
Oh, so this is the easy work.
Coming up to this.
That's right.
The coming up to this point was a lot of work. The finish on the tail end of this is even more work. Because what I did before this, I made those out of clay.
Right.
And then I made a rubber mold around that clay. And then I took the rubber mold off and I put wax into that rubber mold. Took the rubber mold off. Then I took the wax, cleaned it up, put the sprues, did my resin bonded sand mold, melted it out, and replaced it with bronze. So we've already gone from 3 different media: clay, wax, bronze.
Clay, wax, bronze. That explains why you're a legend around here. That's awesome, man. So we appreciate you and the team for doing this.
Yeah. Listen, I couldn't done it without this guy over here, Hank.
His name is Hank.
That's right. We're gonna have many more, and people will be